Hello everyone, so in this tutorial we're going to go through the new updates to the desktop app version 1.0.9. We've got some files here that we're going to be running some conversion tools on with the desktop app. So let's just go ahead and get started. So we're going to talk about tools in this tutorial. We've got some new tools so you can convert your media to various different formats here. Let's go through all these tools here. So let's start with the AWS Uploader. You can upload a whole folder here by selecting a folder, or we can upload a single file by dragging our file in here. Okay, now I'll select my bucket and folder now. Okay, so I've selected my AWS S3 bucket and my AWS folder that I want the file to go in, and permissions to start off with are set as private. This means when your file is uploaded, it's completely secure. Anyone that tried to access the URL to that file will have an access denied error. Okay, but you can change your file to public if you wanted to share this on social media platforms after, and also you can set expiration links. So if you wanted your file to just be uploaded and then available for 1 minute and then it's made private, then you can select this, and you can go all the way down to where it's available for a month and then it will go private. Okay, but we're going to keep ours private to start off with, and then click submit. Okay, now just give it a second to just process the file and then the upload will start. Okay, great, so our file has now been uploaded and our URL is here. Now if you paste this URL into a browser, you'll see an access denied error, and that's because we set our access to private. If you set it to public, then you'll be able to view this file. Okay, so that's the uploader. Now let's head over to metadata. Now here you can add metadata to MP3 files or MP4 files, so let's go ahead and go to our podcast, and let's just say in this podcast we wanted to add a title and author metadata, so title, author, title, and put S3 bubble, podcast, author, S3 bubble. Okay, and we can also add an image here. Let's just select an image and go to save and continue, and our output folder, we'll put it in the same folder. Okay, save, continue. Okay, now if we take a look at our folder, you can see we've now got our podcast here. The original one was here, but now we've got our metadata added. So if you open this up, you can see that we've got our title and time there, but what we can do as well is if you go to tools and show file information, we can actually select our file, and then what we can do here is this gives you all the information about your file. Okay, so under tags we'll be able to see that we added the author and title, and the system automatically generates tempo for you, so it will create it will generate the BPM, the beats per minute, off that actual track. Okay, so that's metadata. Now Bif Thumbnails, this just allows you to generate a Bif thumbnail from a video. This can be great for like Roku for scrubbing thumbnails, etc. Trim audio. Let's say we wanted to trim our podcast and take off some silence or trim a section of the podcast. Then what we can do is we can just select our section. Okay, and then we can just simply trim. Okay, and that goes off, and now it's our podcast clipped. Okay, so if we look under podcast clipped, okay, we've now trimmed that section. So let's go ahead and trim a video. So it just does the same thing but for a video. But what we can do with a video is we can actually use the arrow keys to go through each individual frame, so you get an actual perfect section clipped. So we can take this bit out and we'll go to the white space here. So we've got that clicked here. So if we click here, okay, and then grab a poster, what that will do is it will grab a poster at that specific section. So you can see our posters being grabbed. So you can grab posters out of your media as well. But what we'll do is we'll just save this clip. Okay, and just give that a second, and now the S3 bubble clip's been saved. Let's take a look. Okay, so you can see we've successfully clipped this section. So let's go ahead and go to combined audio tracks. Now here's where you can combine multiple audio tracks into one piece of audio. Now I'll take a look at this. It's an actual advert, but it's just
the stale smell of old beer.
Someone talking. I'm not sure whether you can hear that on the video, but it's just someone talking that we're going to put at the start of our podcast. Okay, and the podcast is here. And click save. We're going to output it to our folder, and we'll type in audio store combined. Okay, save, and we'll give that a second while it goes off, and it combines our audio tracks, and it's saved as audio combined. So if we take a little look at this,
the stale tacos al
you can see that it's doing a little sound at the intro,
is the hot cross bun.
and then as soon as that's done, it goes into the other section, a piece of audio into our podcast. Okay, and let's combine videos. So to combine our videos, we first need to make sure that our videos are the same size, okay, so the same resolution. So to do that, we can show file information, and then let's take a look at our file here, okay, and if you scroll down you can see that the width is 3840 and 260, okay. Now if we take a look at our other file that we're going to be combining it with, scroll down to our file here, then this one is 1080p, so 920 by 1080p. So we need to resize the other video to use it. So let's just go to batch processing. Okay, let's just drag our video in here, go to next, and then what we'll do is we'll resize this to width 920 by 1080p. Okay, so we'll save this output folder, same folder, save and continue, and we'll leave this. Go ahead and resize. You never want to upscale your videos, but you can downscale your videos. So normal batch is now being complete. So let's go ahead and go to combine videos, and now we won't get an error because both our videos will be the same. So we've got our normal batched here, and then we've also got our video here. Okay, so these are both 1080p. Okay, so now if we type in combined video and then save, and this is going off and it's combining our two videos together for us into one piece. Okay, so our videos have now been combined. Let's take a look. So you can see it starts off with the girl drinking coffee, and then at 6 seconds, I think it's 6 seconds, yep, it then cuts into our video. So that's how we've combined our videos together. Now with combining, you might want to actually insert say videos at certain sections without the video, throughout the video, sorry. So to do this, we can come down, select our original video, where's it gone, select our original video here, go to next, and then what you can do is we can say we want an advert at the start. I'll call them adverts, but it can be anything that you want. Now we need to make sure we use the batched one, the resized one, okay, and let's add a few adverts throughout, and let's add one at the end. Okay, so we'll add the batched one there. Okay, and then let's kind of select some sections. So just after struggle with development, let's go ahead and put an ad in there. Okay, and make sure it's the batched, and then let's just go a little bit further in and just all-in-one media solution. Let's just go ahead and put a advert in there as well. Okay, so normal batched. Okay. Now this is great if you want to, if you've come up with an agreement with an advertiser, and we'll call this video ads. It just means that there's no way ad blockers can block this because it's all combined into one long video. So I'll just give this a second while this actually encodes our video for us. Okay, great. So as you can see, that's encoded and combined our video. So we can take a look now. So we've got the advert, and then struggle with development, advert again, all-in-one solution, advert again, and then we put the advert at the end. Okay, so that's how we put the advert throughout the media piece. Now you can do the same with audio. So audio inserter, let's choose our audio. So we'll choose our podcast here. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is let's go ahead and just put our advert at the start. Okay, and we'll just select advert, and let's go ahead and say we want to add another advert just before the piano comes back in here. Okay, so let's add another advert here, just to put the advert in here, and then we'll add one more and put one at the end. Okay, so you can just edit and add and insert media as you need, however you want. Okay, so save, output folder, and then we'll call this with underscore ads underscore audio. Okay, so with underscore ads audio, save. Okay, so this is going off now and inserting our audio tracks for us. Okay, so let's go ahead and just open this up.
The stale smell.
So if you can hear, it's doing the ad at the beginning. Now it's going into our audio piece. Okay, and then you can see our ad is here as well, and then the ad at the end. Okay, so it's inserted our ad successfully throughout the track. Okay, so here we can go ahead and add watermarks to our media. So let's go ahead and say we've got video with ads. and we also wanted to add a watermark to that, so let's drag it in. Okay, we'll select our watermark image. Okay, now be careful with image sizes because it will take a long time if you're using a large image. We do resize it, you can enter width and height. Try and keep your images small. So top left, let's say, and output folder, and then we'll save. Okay, now this is going to encode our media and it's going to add our watermark to the top left, so I'll just give it a second for that to encode. Okay, so that's encoded successfully. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, and you should be able to see we've got our watermark here now at the top left. This is our video with ads, so you'll see it'll go into our video now. So that's how we've added a watermark. Now with watermarks we can actually add, say, video with ads again. That's the watermark version. Let's get to this one. Okay, select a watermark and let's just go through some different options. So instead of position you can actually animate, so we could just animate center left to right, okay, and then you can have opacity and other things, but let's just do the center left to right. Open, save and submit, and we'll give that a second to encode. Okay, so that has now created our video ad with a watermark. Going through the front, so let's take a look. Okay, so our watermark will now go across the video. So this can be anything you want, any image that you can add there. Okay, so that's our watermark added with ads. So let's go to our next tool. So this is YouTube audio to video generator. So let's say you've done a DJ mix or a podcast or anything really, but you want to put it onto YouTube, but it's in an audio format. Then what you can do is you can select a background image, so we can select landscape, and then what we'll do is select an output folder here and save and submit. Okay, now you'll notice that that goes off, and now this has generated a YouTube compatible video. So instead of it being an audio piece now, it is now a video, so you can then upload that to YouTube and put it on your YouTube channel. So time-lapsed, again with time-lapsed you literally select the folder that all your images are in and it will create a time-lapse video for you. I haven't got a folder right now, but I'll do another tutorial for that. Batch processing we've touched on, and show file information we've touched on. But let's just go ahead, and what you can do is let's go to say our video watermarked with ads, then we can open it up with S3 bubble. Okay, and you can see it will open the video for us. We've got all our information, but you can click on info here and this will give you information about the video. So it'll give all our tags that we've added, etc, etc, the size and more information. Okay, so now that you've added everything, let's say what you want to do is then upload this to your S3 Bubble account or to use online on your website. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's drag in our video with ads. Okay, we're going to be encoding it to all these formats. Let's add a poster. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll add proxy encryption so our video is secure. For the title we'll type in S3 Bubble video with ads. Okay, this is my video, or whatever you want, and you can add some vast advertising URLs there. I'm going to select my bucket and folder here. Okay, so I've selected my bucket and folder. Now I'm going to click save, submit. Now this is going to go off and it's going to generate our Bif image. It's going to generate all the information that we need for our video player. I'll just pause the video while this encodes and then uploads to Amazon. Okay, great, so this is now uploaded to Amazon. So all we need to do now is we can simply take the code that it outputs for you, copy and paste that code, go to the website. Obviously you need the website you set the proxy URL to if you're using proxy URL, and we'll just type in video shoot, and then what you'll do is just any HTML section, you can click publish. Okay, and then view the post. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the post, and then you can see we've got our video, it's added our description ads, it's secure, we've got our Bif thumbnails and everything's set up, and with our watermark, etc. So you can see we've done a lot there with that. So let's just go ahead and go back to our, let's close this a sec, back to Encoder, click finish. So let's do the same thing with our audio with ads. So let's go ahead and drag in our audio with ads here, change this to audio. We're only going to be using 128K, and let's add a poster. Now you want to add a square poster ideally for this, because it's going to be in a square format, you'll see now. and then we can add encryption here. We'll leave that for the time being, and then here we'll just put in S3 bubble podcast. Okay, and then this has ads or whatever you want to put in there. Okay, and then I'm going to enter my bucket and folder now. Okay, so I've entered my bucket and folder, save and continue, upload. Now this is going to go off, generate our poster, encode our media. We also create a waveform with this. You can see how quickly this is going, so I don't really need to pause the video because it will just go. So that's already done. With this, you simply take your HTML, open up your website again. Okay, let's go ahead and just paste in our new HTML. Okay, I'm going to open up the post. Now if we just head over to our post, scroll down, you can see that we've got our waveform player here with our BPM, our ads at the front.
The stale smell of old beer lingers. It takes heat to bring a salt.
And then it goes into our podcast, which is just the piano piece. And we've also got our adverts here.
Tacos al pastor are my favorite.
And then our ad at the end.
Old beer lingers.
Okay, so we've covered a lot in this tutorial. There's lots of things you can do with the desktop app. We've got loads more functionality coming. If you have any suggestions, please just let us know, either on the live chat on the website or drop us an email. But we love to add as many features to this tool as we can. Thanks.